Hello one, hello all. I'm wearing navy blue here. Um, and this was completely unplanned, and we're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna do this because I like this album a lot. It's navy blue, no ways. It's navy blue, ways of knowing. And this may not be his debut album, like per se, but it's his debut album on the Def Jam label. Certainly his first on this label, and he certainly kept himself versatile as an individual throughout his career, being a pro skateboarder, being a model, and having few projects under his belt. And while Song Sage may not be one of my favorites of that year, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the abstract hip hop that he was doing on there, confessional lyrics, soul sampled production, like a nice flow that complemented the production. And though his voice may not be animated, his voice may not leap out at you, I feel like he does bring a nice presence to a track. I feel like his vocals pretty much fit the poeticism and the honesty that he brings to you. Like, he's not putting on an act. He's not very performative either. So it definitely works, and it definitely works to the realism of what he brings here. And also, those who don't know, he has definitely had a hand in contributing to other artists of the underground, such as More Mother and Billy Woods on the album Brass, Earl Sweatshirt on some rap songs, Wiki, the whole Wiki album. And now Navy Blue has his album here. And honestly, I think this is his best work to date. This time around, like, he's definitely more charismatic here, which is certainly a nice change. More importantly, like, his emotions, his poetic style is very potent here. Very potent. Even if he's not really projecting his voice on here, you still feel his pain. You still feel his emotions on here. Not to mention the production is very adventurous this time around. Like on the reggae sample to Fall in Love. On here, like, Navy Blue is definitely coming off more focused, emotionally compelling, and not to say he wasn't in like his previous efforts, but there's definitely more consistent drawing me in here. There's definitely more consistency here. And I feel what he's going through here. I have a better and clearer, more consistent feeling of his emotions. And though I wasn't really too sold on the medium, I don't think it's very strong opener. But on here, like, Navy is definitely getting his feelings out in the open. He's definitely talking about, like, his inner struggles here, his motivation, his drive for family. I feel like he emotes on this track, and he really draws in the narrative to complement and complete the album. The song Chosen has this very dreamy aesthetic to it. Definitely a more stronger direction, definitely more preferable for me. I love the production on here with the 90s contemporary R&B with these tender chords, twinkling keys, where he's sharing his successes, living life comfortably, staying ambitious, traveling the world, hanging out with Yasin Bey, better known as Mos Def, or maybe the other way around, and Dave Chappelle. Probably not a guy I want to kick it with personally after his attacks on the trans community, the homeless, you know, the NIMBY talk, the turf talk. But okay. And I see, like, even though he definitely has these accomplishments, he is still going through the motions here. Um, like, he is definitely painting himself in more of a happier light, but still struggling a bit. And you definitely sense that through the consistency of this album. And I feel it's definitely good to see him, happy, to see him comfortable, to see him living life like he should. Um, the song one, I'm not too crazy about here, mostly due to the vocals having like this echoey shakes on them, sounding pretty awkward and not in like a complimentary artistic way. On top of that, the song doesn't really last long either. The song To Fall in Love, though, as I alluded to earlier, has like this summery tropical feel, like definitely a highlight for me here, where Navy spills out these romantically passionate, committed lyrics for a love interest over these cute pitched vocals and these low hypnotic reggae style instrumentation. Like now he's ready to be committed to this person, basically apologizing for previous flaws he's had in the past. His past relationship, ready to just open up, ready to just love again, and pursue like a long, healthy relationship with this person. Learning from past mistakes, being open, being vulnerable. And on top of that, too, like I definitely feel like there's sincerity here. It's not like he is pandering to this person or just aimlessly emoting, which I hate. It really feels genuine here. And with like a lot of the manosphere shit going on, it's definitely necessary. There's even a more gorgeous and enchanting track on Window to the Soul. Definitely hits like the same way. Like you get these just very dreamy. Like I would say like this album has a very dreamy quality to it. Like the way there's like an ethereal vibe going on here, it definitely feels very inner, like almost like an inner monologue. Like we are just viewing into his diary and he is just writing down like his most confessional thoughts right here on display in a very poetic and passionate way. Window to the Soul, as I mentioned, like has this ethereal bedding of rich pianos and murky keys with like these chipmunk style harmonies, and it's like a ballroom of just lavish, classy party. Uh, minus the capitalism, minus that, because it's dreamy, it's wonderful, but no one's a dick. And Kelly Moonstone delivers such like a smooth verse on here with a clever set of bars. And Navy's just rapping about how his life is turning around, breaking old habits, and admitting to his ignorance, and how he's like transitioning into more of a loving and like self-aware individual. Also, I want to point out too, like the hook memorability on here is certainly there, which definitely shows on the track Life Terms. Also, like touching on like his battles with addiction, depression, with bars where he's taking uppers when he's feeling deep in that below state. Like that bar right there really lets you know like he has gone through it. And he's just finding himself just wanting to be isolated, not seen by his peers in this light. And as I said, he is definitely an open book here. He's an open diary. And his blood, sweat, and tears are just written on the paper of the sonic palette of what we're taking in. And he's just not holding anything back. Like, and this is like possibly therapeutic to him. And to anyone who's been like going through this, I would hope this has put you into the best spirits. And it just transitions beautifully into phases, which is not the longest track on here, probably the shortest track, but it definitely dives more into his feelings of depression and self-harm, and pretty much brings me back to post-panic. which he was touching on then. So I do feel like it's necessary to just letting this all out, letting this therapy session just continue, and letting your deepest inner demons just out in the open. The song Kill Switch probably has the most low-key vocal performance, but still, like, there's a sense of determination in the lyrics, staying on the grind, staying focused, like, just working towards, like, your goals, working towards where you want to be, because nothing happens overnight. Like, and I love the bar, only thing instant is coffee, which is relatable. Yeah, if it's coffee is pretty instant. The song Window to the Soul, as I mentioned earlier, is not only another dreamy highlight, but one dreamy highlight I forgot to mention that's like very cutting, very heartbreaking, is the song Pillars, which opens up with this endearing voice message from his late grandmother, and about how happy she is of him, how proud of him she is, and even in death, like, she's still giving him orders. But the song is very endearing, it's a tribute. And also, speaking of his grandfather, like, talking about how his grandfather inspired him to be like the man who he is today, and how the loss of him was like so damaging to him internally. So yeah, like, Navy Blue has definitely gone through it, like, from losing people he loves to people who he wants to keep making proud, which is definitely shown on the song Shadow's Shield, which ends off on a very sweet note, showing how Navy has certainly grown to be more expressive here, to beat addiction, that he's still battling pain, but still grateful at the same time for life. Just learning more and more, just wanting to continue to just make his family proud. And also showing how he's open to learn things, how he's open to showing emotion. Because even if he does think that he has progressed and he is becoming a better person, he's still open to learn, which I feel is very relatable. Because I feel no matter how much you've grown, like, you still should be open to learning more and progressing. So yeah, this is a very forward-thinking album, very thoughtful album, very beautiful album, very moving album, and I can't say enough good things about it. I'm feeling a 4 out of 5 on this. 4 out of 5 Black Hearts. If you've given this a listen, what did you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? And yeah, let me know your comments. Let me know your favorite tracks, etc. This is all my opinion. Take with it what you will. And yeah, I'm just going to continue being your critical plug. Caspa, Navy Blue. Till we meet again.